Oh, well, follow up, try to assassinate your car. So basically, what they did is they stabbed me in the back and they extorted me, and they said they tried to absolve themselves from guilt of trying to say they know my college, but it's actually certified permits with a fire code panel of the trouble alarms that you don't know how to speak on, and maybe where you were kind of like on the streets. I'm like, okay, so that's a fatal error, right? Deloitte and Touche, right? You go to Deloitte and Touche, you get punked, and they're like, oh, you San this like this, okay? So what it is, they say go from third floor to 29th floor to second floor, then we go to the third floor to second floor, from the 28th floor go to the 28th floor, and from the 29th floor go down to the 27th floor. They want you to say that, an alarm that they don't tell you is real, and what they don't tell you is not fake, or something like that, or rather, and then do that just to tease you, to show the fact that they're confusing you, at the same time putting you on a PA system where there's a bunch of Deloitte and Touche graduates from Berkeley doing accounting. So then when you connect that with, say, we know your permits, you don't know my permits from the permit. And then what they say is what that charge is basically is a stolen intellectual property. They're trying to notarize something on verbals on saying about Patriot Act, beyond Patriot Act. You can't say that beyond Patriot Act. If you acknowledge it and say, yes, you have my codes. You said you have my codes. How did you have my codes? How did you have my codes? I'm like, oh yeah. So what that says is say, okay, well, then we just said them. So what? Now there is no. Now giving myself own board systems like this, I'm giving myself my own counsel. Counsel. Now if they respond and they say, oh, it's such, it turns into you're wasting your money, you don't really need it, and stuff like that. Then really you're doing statute of limitations, and then you're kind of going into spying techniques. And then so when you go to spy techniques, then you're saying renter rights, then you're going to renter rights, and then you go beyond renter rights, and then you say, oh, we'll give you, they say on verbal contracts. There is no contract here anyway. It's backed by nothing. So you know what I mean? It's backed by nothing. It's backed by nothing. It shows. There's no accountability in the, what do you call it? So then they try to smother you with Ben Carson, and then you can go to Ben Carson if you want. You can go to the Poverty Law Center if you want. I have no idea what you go to. If you shows up missing, you go to police, they investigate, you still got robbed and sell all your goods, and they're saying you absolved it because they said that you went and said your electricity went out, that they blew out anyway to begin with. Smothered to begin with. So basically what they did is they murder you. They just murder you. That's all it is. It's a crime act, a criminal act. I don't know what it is. What do you call it? Counsel for it. But they murdered you, and what do you call it? They only murdered you in, you know what I mean? And what I just said earlier. So, and it's criminal act. So, and it was criminal intent. And criminal intent to try to make a binding verbal contract about it. So the whole thing was criminal intent. So the thing is premeditated.
For every American out there.
So every American wants to rob me and stuff like that. And say, oh, okay, we know your codes and stuff like that. And so there's some of them. So, you know, they murder you, and like, what are you supposed to say after you're murdered, right? You go up in your apartment, everything's gone. And say, no, justice like. So basically you say, oh, you have no backing, you lean on that. So on Toomey's alone, on my Toomey's alone, without being a lawyer, without being a doctor, on Toomey's alone, my thing is this. Patriot Act already fucking has a stake in your surveillance verbals. So when you don't identify yourself, you remain nameless off top. And when you remain nameless off top, that basically says you work for that. And so that's it. I mean, there's nothing I can say about it. Basically, you can say it. Let's put it like this. Bet. Put your bids in. Look, if you want to be on disability, look, you're overexposed. You're fucking, you might go to jail, you do this. You're, what do you call it? I forgot the rest. But you will go to jail, trust me, fine. You rob me, you will end up locked up. Okay, oh, no, maybe you won't. Bet though. Bet. Put your bids in. Okay? And so you will be exposed. You know what I'm saying? And what do you call it? And that's it. And you know what I'm saying? And I have a notarized permit. I'm talking about validation, notarized permit. I'm validated. It's a notarized permit. I have the permit license. The office over there at Denise or whoever's responsible in Utah has the permit license in the fire board system trouble alarms. Okay? I'm talking about all that. I'm talking about like the override systems, fire department code, fucking 7 up to code sheet rock, not fire code wall, fire panel. Okay, that fire panel in Utah has permit codes. So you talk to this guy who has the nameless name. I'm not even talking to him at this point. He's disposed of. He's disposed of. At this point, I'm taking over Utah. At this point, I'm taking over Utah. And I'm poisoning Salt Lake City. Okay, so tough talk.
In the meantime, thank you for having the conversation with us tonight.